Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me today. Let's go check out two waterfalls in the Bloody Pit. So, a little different format today. We're going to start at the end of the trail and work our way back. So, we are at the Twin Cascades Waterfalls in Florida, Mass. We're not here to talk about the waterfalls, though. We're here to talk about the large landmass across from us. Or more specifically, what lies within it. This waterfall is unique in the fact that it kind of looks like stairs for a giant. Our story starts with Alva Crocker, who was the owner of a paper mill in Fitchburg, Mass. In 1848, he was successful in lobbying the Commonwealth government to build a railroad from Boston to Albany. You're probably saying to yourself, wait a minute, you told us this was already done in the 1840s. And you are correct, but that route mirrored the modern-day Mass Pike from Boston to Albany. In order for Mr. Crocker to ship his paper to the west, he would first need to ship it east to Boston and then west out to Albany through western Massachusetts. The project faced many major hurdles, the most paramount being the Hoosac Mountain Range. Here's a second waterfall right here. This place must be really lit in the spring. Let's make a note to come back here then. So after much debate, the decision was made to dig a 4.79-mile long tunnel through the Hoosac Mountain Range. And in 1852, construction began, with the eastern portal being in Florida, Mass, and the western portal being in North Adams, Mass. There was also a third team which started on the very top of the mountain and was digging straight down 1,000 feet. And just like the Western Railroad, which we spoke about before, this would be a project of many firsts. They first brought in a boring machine, seen here, which would make Elon Musk envious. This proved to be unsuccessful as it got stuck on its initial bore. It was also the first modern-day construction project to use nitroglycerin. In fact, they used so much nitroglycerin, they created their own factory to manufacture it. Is this a third waterfall? You let me know in the comments below. The factory that manufactured this for them was located on Whitcomb Street in Florida, Mass. It is said that it either exploded or burned down, unsurprisingly. At the beginning of the project, the men were using hand drills to bore holes into the earth to put in the black powder or later the nitroglycerin. About halfway through the project, they started to utilize pneumatic drills seen here. During the construction, conditions inside the tunnel were said to be horrible, and the workers must have been miserable. The tunnel was poorly ventilated, and the rock and earth was so unstable and prone to washouts that the workers described the conditions as building a sandcastle in the mud. On October 17, 1867, a team of 13 miners were hoisted down 583 feet into the central shaft. While the men were working, the central shaft building above them caught fire and all the debris fell down into the central shaft. Those who didn't die from suffocation or smoke inhalation soon perished from the water that began to fill the hole. Unfortunately, throughout the 24-year span of the project, 196 lives would be lost. The federal government was concerned about the amount of casualties from the project and actually pressured the Commonwealth to stop it multiple times. The name Bloody Pit was actually coined by the tunnel workers and is now cemented forever into popular culture. This place now draws as many people for its paranormal curiosities as it does for its natural beauty. A local hunter named Frank Webster disappeared. 3 days later, he was found incoherent, stumbling by the Deerfield River. He claimed that ghostly voices had led him into the tunnel. Something then hit him over the head, and took his rifle and began to beat him with it. Over the years, there have been multiple reports of screams from within the tunnel, floating blue lights, and even a miner holding a lantern. Interestingly, not only can you see the bore marks from the drills, but you can actually see an explosion captured in time here on this photograph that I took. As we wrap up, it's hard not to reflect on the monumental engineering feat that this tunnel does represent. Carved through mountains over 20 years, it was a symbol of innovation and progress for its time. But that progress came with an unimaginable cost: 196 lives lost. The Hoosac Tunnel, often called the Bloody Pit, stands today as both a marvel of human achievement and a somber reminder of the lives sacrificed to make it possible. Its haunting reputation lives in pop culture and local lore, adding layers of mystery to a place already steeped in deep history. The blend of innovation and tragedy makes it more than just an old railroad tunnel. It's a powerful symbol of both the heights and the cost of human ambition.